Hi, John. It's Mark. Sorry about the delay in getting this out to you. I realize it's almost been 2 weeks. I apologize. I've been kind of ill and in bed a lot lately. I haven't been feeling very good. I hope you're feeling okay. Let's see here. The video may be a little dark, just like me. Just kidding. It's getting close to Halloween. Today is tomorrow's my brother Dan's birthday. I'm gonna send him some videos that he may like. He's a big monster movie fan. I really miss seeing you, John. I think about you a lot. Sometimes I don't send my videos out enough to you, and I apologize for that. You're one of the closest friends I've ever had. And I want you to always know that. And I'm putting this on Facebook, so I don't care who knows it. I have a few close friends. You all know who you are. Some of you are on my fridge still. Uh, some of you aren't because some of you won't allow me to take your picture. But that's another story. Let's see, what else do I have to say? Over the last 2 weeks, what have I been doing? I've been in bed sick a lot, so I've watched a lot of Halloween movies, black and white Halloween movies. I watched the old kinds. I watched a weird one the other day with William Shatner in it. It made in 1965. That was a Spanish film, believe it or not, called Incubus. I had to read a lot of subtitles, but that was quite interesting. Uh, it was the epic struggle between good and evil, and I will not tell you the plot of it in case you want to look it up and watch it yourself someday. Yeah, like I say, I don't mind reading subtitles, so for me it was okay. I even saw the other day, this was last night, I saw a rare copy of London After Midnight with Lon Chaney Sr., made in 1927. He was a vampire, and he walked around a little bit like Groucho Marx. And what made this movie interesting is that it wasn't a movie at all. They lost the movie. It was one of his highest grossing movies, Lon Chaney Sr.'s highest grossing movies. They've lost the movie, and the only thing they have preserved are some of the still photos of the movie. A lot of the still photos and the original script. So what they did is they put the still photos together with the script. So it was almost like watching a slideshow, and it was like reading a picture book, basically, which is a shame because it was a very good movie, and I would hope that someday they find a copy of this movie because his makeup in London After Midnight was fantastic. Um, what else is going on? I gave a talk on Sunday in church and got a lot of people saying thank you and stuff. And one of my friends, Tony, and if he sees this on Facebook, hi Tony, hi Cheyenne. If you see this, I don't know, but he Tony said I'm his go-to guy now, so he's gonna make me talk a lot, and I don't mind talking. I like talking. My dad talked a lot because he was a politician, and I don't mind talking off the cuff, so I do it all the time. So it's no big deal to me. I don't get tongue-tied or anything like that. But it was good because I shared the parable of the Good Samaritan, which is a great parable of mine, and I love it because it shows how even though the people from Samaria weren't friendly with the Jews, that even though the leaders of the religion of the day ignored the person who had fell among thieves on the road to Jericho, the only one that really helped him out, bound up his wound, and took him to a place of refuge and also paid for his stay at that place, at that inn, was a person that the Jews were supposedly not liking it, feuding with. So it was an interesting parable, and one that I love, and I was happy to be able to give that in my talk. I said a few other things that I don't remember because I just kind of speak. I prepare some notes, and I'm getting better at preparing notes electronically, which is kind of nice. So I don't have to ruin any trees. Even though I'm not a huge fan of global warming, and I think the science is very questionable on it, and though when I just said that, I know that there are those of you that disagree with me vehemently, and if I get hate mail back or whatever, tons of dislikes, oh well. But I think the science is questionable on it. I am a great buff on preserving things because I use everything electronically. Don't use any paper anymore. I send all my bills out electronically. I actually don't drive anymore, so I use my electric scooter to go back and forth to the store and other places. I take the bus everywhere, and I don't use plastic shopping bags anymore. I carry my own cloth bags. So even though some might say that my attitude is stupid toward global warming, I still am a great preservationist. Now, I will admit that I eat meat, I love meat, I enjoy meat. Okay, I'm not that I'm not that type of person, but I try and preserve other ways. And I really wish that Utah would recycle more. I don't have a recycle bin here. I'm in an apartment complex, and I wouldn't mind separating my trash out and recycling because I believe in keeping the earth clean. I believe in that. Whether or not mankind affects the weather, something I don't believe in. But I believe the only one that affects the weather is the same person that affected the weather back in Noah's time. We all knew who that was. But anyway, let's get off of the politics now, John, and I apologize if I offended you or offended anybody else. But what else is going on? Not much. And then as far as the news goes, I know that people that I like down here that are going to be voting for president, like Ted Cruz, they're being vilified in the press because of the recent action in trying to defund Obamacare, which, by the way, was okay with me. I found out that my co-pays, and I'm on Medicare, my co-pays for Medicare have now gone up at my physician. Last time I went to my physician, I paid a lot in co-pays because Medicare was not reimbursing my doctor enough to pay for the visit. They wouldn't. I have to have yearly checks on my blood, and so I went for a check on my blood, and my physician charged me more for that simply because he wasn't getting enough money from Medicare to cover that. And gee, we all know who recently took money out of Medicare to pay for Obamacare, so that kind of disturbs me. And I guess the exchanges aren't doing too well, unfortunately. Now, I'm all for people getting health care, don't get me wrong. I love that. I think everybody should get health care. But as far as what's going on now, I'm not a big fan of what's going on now and trying to regulate the private markets. I think that health care can be done a different way, and the private markets could be regulated a little bit differently than the way they are to provide this medical help for everybody. Ooh, I'm not making many friends today if you're listening to me and disagree with me. Sorry. But that's the way I am. I'm more libertarian than anything else. Except I don't believe in legalizing drugs or prostitution or anything like that. I'm more of a conservative libertarian. Anyway, what else? Not much else is going on. Getting ready for Halloween, as best I can. And I hope you're feeling better, bud. I really do. I haven't started my book yet. I'm going to read Dracula. Hopefully, maybe I'll start that today. That's always been nice and fun for me to read Dracula. So I think I'm going to start that today. Just for kicks and giggles, spend about a couple hours and start it. It's a big book, but it's worth it. It's good. Any of you who haven't read it should read it. You're missing out on a good spooky experience. And also, if you go on YouTube, you will find, if you're an Edgar Allan Poe fan, you will find the Telltale Heart read verbatim by many different people. I like him. The Glenn Beck version of reading Telltale Heart because he's very animated and, boy, very, very well done. I also like, I haven't checked and see if they have The Pit and the Pendulum and other things like that. I did see a movie called Tomb of Lydia, which was really good. One of Edgar Allan Poe's story with Vincent Price. That was a really good show. So, anyway, John, good spooks. I'm going to try and get you before Halloween. I apologize for not sending these things out to you soon enough, but here it is. So, ba-bam.